Hi guys, and thank you for joining me in another behind the scenes video. This week, I'm really excited about this because we're going to be exploring one of my favorite arrangements that we've done. It's Eric Clapton's Layla. So if you're a fan of Clapton's or the song, or if you're planning on making a cover of your own, there's going to be some helpful tips in here for you. So stick around, let's get started. Here we go.
All right, so the first thing I'd like to point out is that the song is actually sped up in studio. So they recorded the track in D, and then with vari speed increased the tempo of the song by a few beats per minute. And by doing that, it also changed the tuning. So the tuning became a little sharp. So it's almost like a E flat, so not exactly. So if you try and play along to the record, you'll notice that it's always going to sound funky. So what we did is the track is set to 111 beats per minute, and we sped it up to 115, and we get about that same pitch. So let's talk about the intro now. So in the intro section, there's a lot of stuff going on. There are 7 guitars. Each one of them is has some a unique role. So what I'm going to do now is just play through the intro, and I'll make you listen to what each one of these guitars is doing. So the first two here are pretty similar. So this is the main melody guitar, and it's doubled. So Eric Clapton's playing the lead line, and that line is doubled by Duane Allman. So he's playing the exact same thing in the same octave, but he's playing it with a slide. So that's what these two guitars sound like. All right, so the next guitar in this intro is the lead guitar that you hear that's panned in the middle, and it goes like this. Okay, so following that, we have 2 rhythm guitars, one panned to the right and one that's in the middle. So the one that's panned to the right is doing this. Okay, and then the one that's panned to the center. Finally, we have these 2 harmony guitars that are panned hard left and hard right. So I'll play you each one of these separately. Okay, and the one that's on the right. And finally, when you put this whole thing together, you get this. The next thing I'd like to show you is the verse section. So what's really interesting about the verse section is once we come out of the intro, you have these 7 guitars, and all of a sudden you're just down to 2. So you have Eric Clapton playing this really cool and busy arpeggiated chord run, and then you have Duane Allman that's playing a lead line behind that. So what I'd like to show you now is the what's going on in the verse. Okay, so the last thing I'd like to show you is the outro section to our arrangement. Now, in the studio version, this was recorded a few weeks after the rock and roll section was complete. So it starts off with this beautiful piano intro, and then you have Eric Clapton and Duane Allman, both with slides, basically creating these counter melodies, and it sounds almost like two lovebirds that are just singing a song to each other. It's really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each one of these parts that we've recorded separately, and you'll get a chance to hear what it sounds like in full arrangement. So the first thing we're going to look at is the piano, and I'm going to be adding in the organ and the acoustic guitars. With the organ. So that's what's going on in the keyboard section. For the guitars, I didn't own a 12-string acoustic at the time, so I had to double my guitar parts. So I'll just make you listen to one acoustic guitar here. And I'm also going to add in the Leslie and the bass as well. So this is one of the rhythm guitars at the end. Leslie guitar, and the bass. Okay, finally, I'm just going to show you these two slide guitars. So one of these is panned to the center, and the other one is panned to the right. So we'll start off with the one that's in the center. And the one that's on the right. And both of them together. And the full band.
Alright guys, well, thank you very much for watching. I hope this information was helpful to you. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to drop a like. You can also follow us on our social media pages or subscribe to this channel where we post every Tuesday. Alright, so that's it for now. Take care. See you next time.